careful out there. Be careful. Especially in the days of the internet. You gotta be careful when you're selling your motorcycle because there are a lot of scams out there. Now, I know some people are in a position where they need to turn around their motorcycle real quick, make that money, pay a bill or something like that. And that's where they let their guard down. You got to be careful. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't know how many times that you've heard stories on the news or your local news about people getting hurt or, unfortunately, getting killed by just wanting to sell something and it was a robbery gone wrong or it was a stick-up. You know what I mean? So here I'm going to talk about some scams that you're going to want to know about, both for safety and both for financially. The first one you always got to look out for. Always, no matter what. Because let's admit, Facebook Marketplace is where a lot of people go sell their motorcycle. So you put it up and you get that response that you've been looking for. They say, yes, we're going to buy it. And you're like, well, wait a second here. You didn't even come look at it, but you want to buy it. Usually these are the foreign deals where they want to buy it. They'll say they'll send you the money. Can you ship it? Now, could it be a legitimate buyer? I don't think so. But it's a big scam where they'll set it all up into an escrow company. And then everything changes. Then they say, well, you know what? We're going to have our buddy pick it up. We don't want to pay the shipping costs, whatever. But the money's still in escrow. You think it's legit, all that type of stuff. They'll release the money as soon as the bike's picked up. Well, somebody shows up, looks at the motorcycle and says, yeah, I'm here to pick up this motorcycle. And you're saying to yourself, okay, it's in escrow, all that good stuff. Okay, go ahead, take the bike. Well, guess what? It was a fake escrow company. Next thing you know, you got no money, you got no bike. And that's the same thing with checks. Never accept a check. Who even uses a check nowadays? But there are some people that are feeling pressured to sell that motorcycle, and they let their guard down. They let it down. Be careful of that escrow scam. Just say to yourself, hey, if somebody's wanting to do an escrow, or they're from overseas, don't even mess with them. Delete it. Delete it right away, because all it is a scam to me. Now, like I said, there might be legitimate ones, but you don't want to take a risk at that stuff. Especially if they're using an off-the-wall escrow company. It was probably set up. It's just like those GoFundMe pages. You never know if they're real or not. Same thing with this stuff when you get them messages on Facebook Marketplace. Actually, here's something you can do. Go ahead, take a picture of your bike, put it up on the internet for sale, and I guarantee you within I don't know, about an hour or two, you'll probably get one of these. And that just goes to show you how tricky it is on the internet. They usually do it for motorcycles and cars. So you know that one. Another one, besides never take a check, let's reiterate that one, is you gotta be safe when you let somebody come to your house. There's a lot of nefarious people out there. It could be a couple things. They come to your house posing as a buyer. They'll say they'll think about it. The problem is if you bring them, say, into your garage where the motorcycle is, and if you catch them looking around, they're usually scoping the place out. They're seeing what your security measures are. When you're gone, you go to work, you're not home. If you have light security, they're in the garage. They're going after your bike, your tools. Because you never know. It's like a stakeout to them. They go in for their intel to see where the bike is or to see where you're at. It's not hard to swipe a bike. Even with all the fancy locks and all that type of stuff, it is not hard for two people to swipe that bike. Say you got an alarm system. And I'm not talking on the bike, I'm talking about on your garage. There's usually a big response time between when the cops get to your place. An expert motorcycle thief, you're looking at 3 minutes at the most to swap that thing if they're good. The test swap. Everybody knows this one, or they should know this one. Cash in hand. Don't ever let anybody ride that motorcycle without cash in your hand. Never, ever, ever, ever. Ever. Or let him only give you some money where it makes you comfortable and where it does enable you to give him that motorcycle because you feel safe. No, don't do that. Everybody knows that one. And what amazes me is seeing when you are posting or you're, how can I say it? You're returning a post because you're interested in buying something and people, oh yeah, come on over, take a test ride with my motorcycle. And that's the one that really gets people messed up. Because you're volunteering your motorcycle just to go anywhere. So be careful with this. Now, if you don't want them to meet at your house, which, you know, if you're in a nice area or something like that, where you have sun all year round, and I would suggest going to meet somewhere else other than your house. Now there's a scam with that. And that is the last minute address change. The last minute. They want to meet somewhere else. You know, you've been negotiating where you want to meet. You finally decided on, hey, we're going to meet at the Walmart. You know, it's public, out in the open, all that type of stuff. Well, they call, well, you know what? I got to get to work early, or I got to get to this birthday, something like that. Can we meet somewhere else where it's near my work or where this event is? And you got yourself out there saying, okay, you know, I've been talking to this guy and he seems pretty cool. Okay, let's go meet over there. So you go meet over there at the new place that he changed at the last minute. The last minute. Next thing you know, it's not a public place. And even if it is, somebody else is with them, but you can't see them. You just put yourself in a very, very bad situation where they can just come on up, knock you out, take your bike. That's happened a lot elsewhere, not only motorcycles. We know that one. So I think the point of this video would be careful out there. Don't be overly excited or feel like you're pressured to sell your motorcycle. I know if you're in a position where you need that money right away, you're going to do whatever you have to get that bike sold. But at the same time, don't lose your brain cells. Don't lose your common sense. Because a lot of things can go bad, especially, taking buyers off the internet. It's no longer the days of just putting your motorcycle on a driveway with the for sale sign, putting the ad on the grocery billboard, whatever. No, you're getting a lot more reach as far as buyers are concerned. But not all buyers are good people. Just remember that. Don't forget to like and subscribe every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. New video on a lot of different subjects.
Say goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
#1 internet biker radio show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and more. Don't forget to become a subscriber on any one of these platforms so you can be notified right away when our weekly episode is uploaded so you never miss an episode.